Hello and welcome to our channel, Top 10s You Should Know. Let me ask you something honest. When was the last time you thought about upgrading yourself? Not your job, your phone, or your home, but your personality. We often chase surface improvements, better clothes, better cars, better routines. But true transformation? It comes from within. See, we've been taught to hustle for success, to speak louder, to move faster. But no one ever tells us this. The greatest advantages in life aren't always visible. They're hidden in our mindset, our behavior, our self-awareness. Today, let's shift the focus inward. These aren't basic self-help cliches. These are deep, underrated internal personality upgrades that can completely reshape how the world responds to you and how you feel about yourself. Let's get into it. 1. Replacing sarcasm with sincerity. Sarcasm is often seen as witty, funny, even smart. But let's be honest, it can also be a shield, a way of keeping emotional distance. When we're sarcastic all the time, we subtly send the message that nothing is that serious, that we're afraid of emotional depth. But sincerity? Sincerity takes courage. It requires us to be emotionally present, to say what we mean, and to stand in truth even when it's awkward. When you speak with sincerity, you open the door to real connection. People start to trust you more because your words aren't layered in irony or masked with humor. They're honest, real, direct. And in a world where everyone's trying to sound clever, sincerity becomes rare and powerful. Start replacing sarcasm with heartfelt statements. You'll feel lighter, people will feel closer to you, and relationships will deepen like never before. 2. Learning the art of the pause. There's an underrated kind of confidence that lives in silence. Think about it. The most powerful people you know don't rush. They pause. They let their words breathe. The pause before responding shows control. It shows that you're thinking, processing, not just reacting. And that tells people you're intentional. In conversations, especially difficult ones, that pause can change the entire tone. Instead of defending yourself impulsively, you take a beat. You calm the emotion. You choose your response. This small act turns you into someone others can trust, not just because of what you say, but because of how you say it. The pause communicates self-mastery, and that's something few practice, but everyone respects. 3. Giving credit. Generously. Have you ever worked hard on something, only to have someone else take the credit? Hurts, doesn't it? Now think of someone who publicly acknowledges others, who says, they helped make this happen. Or, I couldn't have done this without her. That person becomes unforgettable. Generous credit isn't just about being nice. It's about recognizing people in a world where acknowledgement is rare. When you lift others up without needing the spotlight for yourself, people feel safe around you. They admire you. They remember you. Because they know you're not competing. You're collaborating. And in the long run, those relationships pay off more than any solo win ever could. 4. Asking deep instead of broad questions. Small talk fills time, but deep talk fills hearts. Most people ask, how's work? Or what have you been up to? Safe surface questions. But real connection starts with deeper curiosity. Try asking, what's been giving you joy lately? Or what's something you're struggling with but don't talk about often? These aren't intrusive, they're invitations. They show you care about someone's inner world, not just their outer life. People crave depth, but most are too afraid to initiate it. When you ask better questions, you instantly stand out. You become someone people open up to, and that builds relationships with roots, not just branches. 5. Making eye contact during silence. We often rush to fill silence because we think it's awkward. But sometimes silence is sacred. It's the space where emotions breathe. When someone's hurting, anxious, or overwhelmed, you don't always need words. Just being there, making calm eye contact, says more than 1,000 sentences. That quiet presence tells the other person, I'm with you. You're not alone. Practicing this kind of silent connection builds deep trust. It shows emotional maturity, and it makes you the kind of person others lean on, not just for advice, but for peace. 6. Being curious, not just charismatic. Charisma can draw people in, but curiosity keeps them close. We're conditioned to think we have to impress others, be the funniest, the smartest, the most interesting. But the truth is, people don't want to be impressed. They want to be understood. The best conversationalists aren't the ones who talk the most. They're the ones who ask, listen, and reflect. So next time you're tempted to dominate the conversation, Flip the script. Be curious. Ask follow-ups. Let people feel seen. Because at the end of the day, the most magnetic people are often the ones who say the least and listen the most. 7. Talking about your growth, not just your goals. Everyone's got goals, but not everyone reflects on growth. Talking about your past mindset, how you used to think, what you've overcome emotionally, that creates vulnerability and inspiration. Instead of saying, I want to make 100K, say, I'm learning to value my worth after years of undercharging. That shift from what you want to how far you've come creates connection. People don't just admire ambition. They connect with evolution. Your story of becoming, not just achieving, holds the power to uplift others. Don't hide it. Share it. 8. Practicing restraint. When you're right. Being right feels good. But proving it? That's a double-edged sword. Sometimes the real strength is in letting go of the need to win. When you're in a disagreement and you know you're right, but you choose kindness over dominance, that shows massive maturity. It says, this relationship matters more than being right. That level of restraint earns trust, loyalty, and respect. And honestly, most people won't remember who was right, but they'll always remember how you made them feel during conflict. 9. Taking up space without apology. Stop shrinking. Stop over-explaining. Stop editing yourself to make others comfortable. When you enter a room with calm assurance, not arrogance, but quiet ownership, you shift the energy. Taking up space doesn't mean being loud. It means being grounded. Owning your truth, speaking with intention, believing you belong before anyone validates it. This isn't about ego. It's about identity. And when you live from that space, you attract respect without chasing it. 10. Learning to self-soothe life throws curveballs, rejections, delays, criticism, and in those moments, your ability to soothe yourself instead of lashing out, shutting down, or spiraling becomes your greatest strength. Self-soothing means you can sit with your feelings without being ruled by them. It means you can talk to yourself kindly. Take a breath, go for a walk, journal, meditate, or simply whisper, this is hard, but I've got me. When you master that, you stop depending on the world to stabilize you. You become your own safe space, and that changes everything. These aren't flashy upgrades, but they're foundational. They don't just change how others see you. They change how you see yourself. So tell me honestly, which of these resonated most deeply with you? Which one are you working on? Drop it in the comments and let's keep growing together. If this video touched something in you, give it a like, subscribe to Top 10s You Should Know, and share this with someone who's evolving just like you. Thanks for being here. Keep becoming. The best version of you is still ahead.